For Manchester United at Fenerbahce means that after 3 Europa League games this season, United have 3 points and it leaves them 21st in the Europa League phase at the moment. That would mean that they would have the extra 2 games to play in the playoff round in February, but still 5 matches to go for them to climb into that top 8. Jose Mourinho said that both his former clubs, United and Spurs, are favourites to win the Europa League this year. And as you can see, Tottenham have a 100% record so far. 3 wins out of 3. They won again this evening. They have 9 points and sit second in the league phase table. Right, let's get some reaction from Istanbul now, because Andre Onana pulled off a brilliant double save in the first half but then conceded early in the second. Let's hear from United's goalkeeper now. He's with Danny Jameson.
Andre, 3rd successive draw in the Europa League. What's your initial thoughts after the 1-1 draw here tonight?
Well, it's a big disappointment for me, for the fans, for the club. As a Manchester player now, you have obligation to try to win, and it's what we did today. But also we have to recognize it's a tough place to win, and we didn't win. At least we didn't lose. So not happy, of course not. But we move on. We are big guys. We take responsibility. Me, the first one. And we go again.
In the context of what you just said, being a difficult place to go, your manager asked you to play smart today. Do you feel like you did that, particularly after conceding the equaliser? You seem to be able to calm things down as a team.
The manager asked us to play smart.
He said to us before the game that because of the atmosphere, he had to play smart and manage the game really well. Do you feel like you did that particularly in the second half?
I think, yes, we had more control than them second half, and we had more chances than them. And football sometimes is randomness, we consider early goal in the second half, and we had to show character, and it's what we did. And unfortunately we didn't win, but I think we were better than them.
There was a big moment just before half-time, the 2 saves from Yusuf and Nasiri. Can you talk me through those saves from your perspective, how you managed to get to both of them? We were amazed.
Well, for me those saves are not important. The most important thing is the victory of the team, and it's always nice to make this kind of saves and the team win. So today we are all going back angry because we came here to win, even if we play against a very tough opponent. But we are Manchester United, so it's a big disappointment.
When the team was announced, we were a little bit surprised to see Noussair Mazraoui playing in midfield. How often have you practiced that this week, and how did you feel it worked tonight?
I think every player who are wearing this shirt are able to play any position, and Mazraoui is one of them. He did a good job for us, and we're happy with him. We're happy with his performance, and he used to play there when he was younger. So I think sometimes we have to be pragmatic now with the red cards, with injuries. So player needs some time to step up, and it's what Mazraoui did, and it was brilliant for the team because the team need him there. So I'm happy with him.
Appreciate your time, thank you.
So happy with the team, disappointed with the overall result, Andre Onana's saying. But really, if you look at particularly the first half with that double save, Paul, he kept his team in it, didn't he, at that point?
He did, yeah. He was a real positive tonight, I think. And he's been okay right through the season. There were a couple of goals that he probably could have saved. He's done well, and they are 2 brilliant saves. Not just the first one, but then to get up and react to the second one, and brilliant. But you did feel a goal was coming at some point, especially the first half. Fenerbahce, I think they were a much better team. They were in control of the game, and I think he's right in his interview what he said as well. Once they did score, they did get the goal, and United were pretty comfortable. You expected a bit more of an attacking play for Fenerbahce to really threaten Manchester United goal. They never really got near it after that, and United were probably the more likely team to go on and win the game.
OK, well, despite Jose Mourinho's red card, he has spoken to Danny Jameson. Let's listen in.
Penalty incident that saw you red carded. What are your thoughts on the incident?
I don't want to speak about it.
You've just been in, I think, to see the referees. What did they say?
He told me something incredible. He told that at the same time he could see the action in the box in my behavior on the touchline. I congratulate him because he's absolutely incredible. His peripheral vision during the game, 100 miles per hour, he had one eye on the penalty situation and he had one eye on the bench and on my behavior. So that's the explanation he gave me. That's why he's one of the best referees in the world.
Have you had the chance to watch the incident back? Do you still think it was a penalty?
I watched the incident, I don't speak about the incident.
The game as a whole,
The game as a whole?
got a point against Manchester United.
No, they got a point against us. They got a point against us, not us against them. We played amazing. I was telling the players, if we play like this in the Turkish league, we destroy every team. Because of course we played against a team that is a superior level than us. Of course the Premier League has more quality, more intensity, more pace, more everything. I think my boys did an amazing match. Probably in England people will speak about 2 or 3 players of Man United that didn't play. You don't know how many of us didn't play. Because as a start we have 4 players out of the Europa League list, and then we also had injuries, and then we had to finish the game with a centre back playing right back, a right back playing left back. We had to do a crazy puzzle, but our performance was extraordinary. I couldn't ask anything more from the players. Onana made 2 incredible saves in our fantastic initial period because we started the game so well. They scored in a situation where we knew that they could, because the pace of the wingers and the arrival of the midfield players was something that we knew that they could hurt us. But I think we had a phenomenal performance.
To say it all, we saw you talk to Andre Onana just a moment ago and called him man of the match.
Come on, he saved the result. My goalkeeper didn't make a save. He made 2 impossible saves in 10 seconds. I think he's the most decisive player in the result. Of course, he didn't make 20 saves, but he made 2 saves that incredible. Onana can do it.
I do want to ask you about the way Manchester United set up. Were you as surprised as we were to see Noussair Mazraoui playing as a number 10 in midfield?
He can, and the coach knows him well. The coach coached him in Ajax. In Ajax, he played in that position. I think I understood what he was trying. Zirkzee is a striker that I know very well from my Italian time. He's a striker that drops back all the time, attracting defenders or no. Then the wingers to attack the space, and Mazraoui is also a runner. He's also a guy that can attack spaces. So I know also the English media. I know that you are going to say Man United didn't play well, but I think it would be fair to say that we did an extraordinary match and we were better than them. So good result for Man United.
So overall, pleased with your evening's work?
Yeah.
Appreciate your time. Thank you, Jose.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
He's just brilliant, isn't he? Particularly that explanation of speaking to the referee and that red card, Paul.
That was better than the game, that 5 minutes, wasn't it?
We'll have another 10 minutes of that, please.
No, as I said before, it looks like he's got his bit of mischievous back about him, doesn't he? And it was good to see that version of Jose, the one we seen at Man United a few years ago, which wasn't that great. But yeah, as he said, he didn't go on to speak about the incident. He knows after watching it, it's not a penalty, but his explanation of the referee was brilliant.
Are you surprised at how complimentary he's been about Erik ten Hag's Man United tonight?
I don't think he was he?
Well, no, he was actually in the pre-match as well. You know, in terms of he sees what they're doing, they got it clear.
The game, sorry, you said we dominated the game. We should have won the game.
No, but he was saying how he could see with the plan with Mazraoui and stuff.
I'm glad he could.
Hoped for was a draw. So, is it a good point at a tough place to go, or disappointing to let another lead in Europe slip away?
I think on the face of it, going to Turkey it's not easy. Going to Fenerbahce, a tough place to go. So a draw you'd probably take it before the game. Obviously, you want to go there and win, and the position they find themselves in the actual leagues league at this point isn't great, but the last two results, you have to say Porto away, tough place to go, good draw. Fenerbahce away, good draw. It's a home game which was really disappointing, I suppose. The 20 game, you should be beating them teams, and then this looks almost like a better result. But I thought there were two really good goals in the game. Did we question Onana maybe? Could he have come for the goal? I'm not sure. It seemed like a really good ball from Maximan. United scored a really good goal. I thought the last half an hour was really poor from both teams, really. Nothing seemed to happen since the goal, but a point, is it? Well, look, they're in a terrible position in that Europa League. They've got to start winning games soon. But a point overall is not too bad, I don't think.
3 draws out of 3, Owen?
Well, not good. 3 games, 3 points is not good enough. I think today that was a fair result. You look at the 1-1 and the stats. They're all quite similar. I don't think there was much in the game. I think both teams looked like they're quite content with the 1-1 at the end. That's why not much happened maybe in the last 20, 30 minutes. I think it's a fair result. I don't think right now United can expect to go there and win a game like that, especially with some of the injuries that they have. So seem fair, but if you think about 3 games, 3 points, that's not what anybody would have expected at this point.
Okay, well, it's a night with lots to talk about. 2 goals, Mourinho getting sent off, and of course a 3rd draw in the Europa League for Manchester United this season. And the Europa League continues with match day 4 in a fortnight. We are going to be bringing you more reaction from Istanbul shortly, but plenty more to look forward to on TN. Though looking for a first European win after 3 draws in their first 3 matches in this Europa League season. Paul, what did you make of the performance overall from United tonight?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I thought the second half was better than actually the first half, where they were leading the game. I thought Fenerbahce were in control of most of that game. It wasn't until Fenerbahce scored that they decided to sit back, and United then had most of the possession, had a couple of half chances. I suppose I think Garnacho had an half-decent chance from the edge of the box, but never really looked like winning the game. We felt right from the start when the team was picked, it took away the chance of winning the game, and like we said before, they're not really in a position to pick and choose games what they can win and can't win. He's got to go with his best team all the time. And sometimes his best team isn't even going to be good enough. But I think if he'd have played Hoyle and if he'd played Casemiro tonight, I think there would have been a different result.
Do you think that as well? If he'd played a different team tonight, he might have come away with a win?
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree. But I think he's worried about Hoyle and he knows he needs him, and obviously maybe, I know it was a brilliant performance against Brentford, but he probably needs him for West Ham on the weekend, so maybe he thinks he needs to rest him because of, his previous injuries. But I definitely would have played Casemiro. Mazraoui, they tried that as a 10, he did okay, but I don't think it's something they'll go back to. I thought Ugarte played really well. I thought he looked really good. But offensively, they didn't create as much, I think you would have expected. Marcus had a couple of bright moments, Garnacho, he always does. But I just think that was always going to be a draw, the way that game panned out.
OK, let's take a look at the goals then, starting off with Eriksen, who scores the opener for Manchester United. It's a good team goal, isn't it, Paul?
Yeah, it is really good. Ugarte, I thought, probably had his best game for United as well. He played the position really well, I thought. Some good tackles, lovely way to pass there into Eriksen. The 2 wide players are the most dangerous players, more so in the first half, I'd say. Mazraoui gets involved there with Eriksen. Lovely layoff to Eriksen. He's the perfect man on the edge of the box. You'd really fancy to come and score, and he struck it away lovely.
That's a great goal. A really good goal, especially in Europe. On the counter-attack, as you mentioned, Fenerbahce dominated most of the ball. That was their first really attack, I think, for United in the 15th minute. Really well done from Ugarte, but a great counter-attacking goal, which you need away from home in Europe.
But then Fenerbahce were piling on the pressure, weren't they? And we mentioned it at half-time that Manchester United have been throwing away leads in Europe after scoring first. And early in the second half, Fenerbahce capitalise and get the equaliser.
But you know what, Jules? You got to stop the cross. Sam Maximan puts in a brilliant ball. It's literally perfect and a really good header. Can Onana maybe come out? I think the ball's almost too low. I think if he collects it, it's almost kind of knee-high. But we saw this against Porto, Jules. Stop the cross. Stop letting people cross the ball. Make him go down the line on his weaker left foot. It's too easy. Picks out a brilliant ball. To be fair, you have to say that goal was coming. The Ugarte block and the 2 Onana saves. But just stop the cross. That's too easy. And to be fair, it was a really good goal from Fenerbahce.
I agree. I think Darlow's guilty of that quite a bit, Owen, and it's, you know where Saint-Maximin going. He's not going to cross it with his left foot. He's always going to cut inside and hit his right foot. He's got to be more. He's got more urgency about it. Get to him, stop the ball, because you know they've got a dangerous centre forward in the box, and if he hit a good ball like he did, could Onana come from? It's difficult to. I'd probably say not. I'm not a goalkeeper expert, but I'd probably say not. I thought the ball was too good. I think the keeper probably expects Lindelof, or I think it was Martinez at the back post to deal with it. But really good ball, I think, and he's not going to miss from there.
Could the defenders have done more as well?
Well, you'd think so. One of them needs to attack it, but sometimes the ball is just so good. I think the ball from Saint-Maximin is low enough that the goalkeeper won't come and claim it, and the defenders, I just think they couldn't really get there. It was behind them. If you can't get there, you maybe got to find a way to bump him and Nesri. But it was a good attacking move. United should have dealt with it better, but I think it was a good attacking move.
And we talked about Nesri before the match, didn't we? Because, of course, he scored 2 goals against Manchester United when he played for Sevilla, when they were last in the Europa League a couple of seasons ago. He was a handful, wasn't he, at times?
Yeah, we knew he'd be a handful. As you say, we saw him first hand at Sevilla, and it was brilliant. He really bullied the 2 centre-halves that day, and that's why it's so important. Before the game, you think, stop the service into him, stop the crosses into him. Darlow he doesn't do that enough. Now, look, I think Darlow's been okay. He's been one of United's better players this season, but he's still got to get that side of his game right. It's far too easy to cross away. You've got to stop it at source, haven't you? And if you don't stop it, there's always a chance that he's going to score because he's a real threat.
OK, let's take a look at the penalty shout, which ended up leading to Jose Mourinho being sent off because he wasn't happy with this not being given. This is what led to it. What did you think, Owen? Should they have had a penalty?
In real time, it looks like there's a lot of contact. You know, I don't want to say it's a brilliant dive because we don't really want to say that, but he sells it like you think, oh, there must be more contact there. When you see it from another angle, you can tell there's virtually no contact whatsoever. When Ugarte, he just pulls out. So there's no way that's going to be a penalty. Mourinho, close up, emotionally, he thought definitely, a certainty it's a pen. And obviously probably said a few choice words and got himself sent off, but never ever was it a pen.
No, look, it's never a pen. And Jose must have said, so, you know what, I quite enjoy watching Jose tonight. The bits we saw of him, there's a bit of enthusiasm back there with him, with the job. It looks like he's enjoying himself. He was, laughing and joking.
He was having a giggle, wasn't he?
He was having a giggle when the keeper made a couple of saves. You think, well, what's going on here? But look, I enjoy watching him. He must have said something that, because his actions wasn't that bad. He's obviously said something that he possibly shouldn't have done.
Well, our reporter Danny Jameson, who's actually out in Istanbul, has confirmed that on the full-time whistle, Jose Mourinho did storm down the tunnel and had a few choice words to say then. Not very nice. I can't repeat what he said, Owen.
Go on, Jules.
We've been trying to figure out if we can say it in another way, but I don't think we can.
No. But to be fair,
football is a disgrace, is basically what I'll leave it at.
Yeah. Well,
it was better than that.
I don't know why
it was better than that.
If he sees it again, he knows it's not a penalty, surely.
He obviously wants it, Danny. He said he wasn't really that bothered about when, obviously, you can tell by his reaction, he obviously was.
Jose, will he be happy with a draw? Aside from the fact that obviously he said all that stuff, we've seen that he's been emotional tonight, but actually getting a draw against Manchester United with this Fenerbahce side, will he actually be fairly pleased with the result?
I think he'll be all right with it, yeah. I mean, they're on 5 points now. They're in a decent position, obviously better than Manchester United. I thought they played okay, and I think he'll probably say that was a fair result in the game. United had spells, Fenerbahce had spells. He's got a good team there. Tadic and Dzeko and Nesri, Saint-Maximin. We've got a lot of good attacking players, Fred and Amrabat. So I think he'll be quite content. And obviously he gets into the knockout phases. You don't want to come up against a Mourinho team because he's just so good in these moments.
OK, well, we're going to take a break. But when we come back, we hope to hear from